Now, here's your Storm Tracker weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire.
Oh, yeah, it is Friday night in the big sky. We're going to start off tonight and show you some pretty sky out there. This was actually not in Montana. This is in Powell, Wyoming. But I tell you what, it looked pretty nice. This was tonight's sunset. Lynn Richardson got that shot. Now let me show you what it looked like in Billings today. What is this? Is that one of those big dust storms? No. This is the fog as it rolled in off the rims tonight out there by 56th Street. Kelly Beck Day got that short for us. Now look at that. It is really foggy out there. Now let me show you how things are shaping up downtown Billings. We're on top of the First Interstate ICAM building right now, First Interstate Bank, and this is the ICAM, and you can hardly see the street down there. Yeah, it is really foggy out there. 25 degrees. Winds are out of the northeast at 10 miles per hour. Even at 10 miles per hour, that should be enough to kind of break up the fog, but it's so thick. The humidity is 96%. It's just not going anywhere. It's just kind of stuck there. So that's where we are at 25 degrees right now and very foggy. 42 is our high today. Yeah, that's right. And then that cold front dropped in and it just kind of created the fog and just kind of dropped the temperatures back down. 35 is your normal high. 60 was the record at 16 below zero back in 1963. Now when it comes to precipitation, yeah, we wound up with a little rain this morning. That gave us a lot warm, moist air at the surface, and that's what you needed when the cold air backed in. It just created all the fog. It actually raised the humidity up to that 96% you saw. So here's where we are for the month. A little bit behind normal, but way ahead of normal for the year at 1910. From January 1st to the present to today, we needed to be at 1338. That's your average precipitation year-to-date totals, and yeah, we're way ahead of that. As we move on, take a look. Current temps around the state into the teens and single digits across the high line. 20s and 30s out in the west, 34 over at Livingston, 31 at Missoula, you see 33 at Kalispell. Northern Wyoming also into the 20s and 30s. Cody at 31 right now. Look at our reported highs today. Yeah, they had the cold air over here in northern Montana today earlier on, and they only got into the teens, and since then temperatures have been falling fast. But 30s and 40s everywhere else. Billings went up to 42 degrees for that cold front started moving in about 1:30 this afternoon. And in the meantime, you can see we still have a dense fog advisory, visibility down to a quarter mile across much of south central Montana. In fact, we heard from the Logan Airport, at Billings, they've had some flight delays. Even one Alaska Airlines flight was canceled. So you may want to check with your local air carrier if you're waiting for somebody to come in on a flight tonight. We still have winter weather advisory until 11 o'clock tonight up by Havre, maybe 1 to 2 more inches of snow there. And also, dense fog advisory around Great Falls all the way up to Conrad. Same story until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, looking for visibility about a quarter mile in that area. Right now, though, Doppler radar shows you the snow continues across the High Line and also around the Missoula area. And what's going to happen, that cold air continues to remain jammed up there. Your next system moving on shore right now in Washington, Oregon, and California. That low pressure cell will take the low road, and I think it'll eventually start sending a little moisture in towards Wyoming. And maybe that high pressure will grab some of that snow and push it in towards the Billings area by Saturday morning. But by Saturday afternoon, that whole thing kicks out of the area, and as you see here, we're looking at just a few scattered flurries out in the west by the time Sunday gets here. In the meantime, we're not looking for a lot of snow, maybe 1 to 2 inches over at Kalispell and Missoula. Everybody else either zero or just like flurries is all we'll see out of it. Tonight our temps cool back down into the teens and 20s across the region. Single digits over here. Williston, North Dakota will be about 10 below zero. Then tomorrow back up into the 20s, some 30s. 30 in Billings, about 32 over at Livingston tomorrow. But for Billings tonight down to 19 with a 20% chance for some flurries. Tomorrow, the next several days, we'll get into the 30s with a 20% chance for fog and snow in the morning on Saturday. But the sun comes out after that, and we actually start warming back up into the mid-40s by this time next week. Let's go back to Janelle.